Hey YouTube family, it's Sarah. It's Tuesday. Today is a two for Tuesday because I'm making two videos. One on, well, both on the Obesity Help conference, but one is going to be on the speakers and program and all of that. And one is going to be on swag and vendors and that sort of thing. So I wish I could talk about the day that I've had today because it was honestly really awesome. But if I do, this video will be like way too long because I already made it and it was like 20 minutes long and I can't upload that. So sad face. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. The other thing, I want to go through the speakers and that sort of thing at the conference. But if I go through every one of them, I know I'm not going to actually have time to make this video short enough. So what I'm going to do, just to let you know, is that below I'm going to I'm going to put a link to, sorry, I can't talk today. I'm going to put a link to the Obesity Help agenda for the conference, and that will give you all the speakers' names and information and just sort of show you a bit of what the conference was like. So if you're interested, you can look at that. So yeah, first of all, before I start talking about the speakers and the agenda and all that stuff, Obesity Help Conference 2013 was October 4th and 5th in Anaheim, California. I believe it's in California every year. I'm not 100% sure though, but I think the location may change. At least where it is in California, but I believe it's always in Cali. Obesity Help, if you don't know, is a website. The website itself is great, but they also have amazing forums for weight loss surgery patients. And it's extremely thorough. It's a great place to discuss weight loss surgery related issues. They have forums for each type of surgery. They have forums for specific geographical locations, so your state or province. Obesity Help was like where I went for all of my info pre-surgery. I have not been as active on Obesity Help after surgery, and I was never really super active in posting, but I was on Obesity Help every day reading threads on VSG and food and all that sort of stuff. Now I think YouTube and Facebook have kind of taken over in my life as far as social media and connecting with people who are weight loss surgery patients, but Obesity Help was indispensable to me prior to surgery when I was doing research, and so it really has been a big part of my journey. It just isn't one that I'm as active in anymore. But if you haven't checked out Obesity Help, the website, I would definitely recommend it. I've thought overall the conference was fantastic. I thought it was very well run. Every conference has some hiccups and stuff, but I thought it was really good. From a value point of view, the conference was $75. It's basically a day and a half conference, so half a day on Friday, the full day on Saturday. Included lunch on Saturday, which was amazing. It included a costume party on Friday night and a fashion show and after party, I guess, on Saturday. It was $75. I thought that was fantastic. I mean, obviously I spent a lot more on the trip out to California, but the conference itself was very well priced, and I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that I can go to the event again next year because I really, really did enjoy it. I enjoyed meeting all the people that I met there, especially the people from Obesity Help, and I have to give a shout out to them. Everyone who's there who works and volunteers for Obesity Help, they were all fantastic, so great. I don't want to start naming names again because I already did that in my video, but rest assured, I was grateful to meet all of you. So great to hang out with you. Team VSG and I did a little thing for Obesity Help. I don't want to give it away because I don't know how they're going to use it, but hopefully I can share it with you guys soon. And we were honored that they asked us to do that. So that was very cryptic. I know. I'm sorry. I don't want to give it away. So but yeah, it was great to be there at the conference, and I just want to thank everyone at Obesity Help again for a great event. So let's talk about how the event went. On Friday afternoon, one of the first things that they had outside of registration was a clothing exchange. I didn't participate, mostly because I didn't have a lot of room in my suitcase to either bring clothes or take home clothes, but I thought it was great that they decided to do that, and big ups to everyone who volunteered to help out with that. I didn't even get a chance to poke my head in because we were having a little cheese, popcorn, and alcohol party in my room. So I'm just going to talk about the sessions that I went to, but I will mention the other sessions that went on as well. I wish I could have gone to every session. If I could have been in 3 rooms at a time, I would have, because I think I could have learned something amazing from all of them. On Friday, the sessions that I went to, the very first session that I went to, sorry, I'm just trying to pull up the agenda again. The very first session I went to was with Nicole Bullock. Nicole runs a blog called Beauty and the Bypass. She did a session on social media, which was about connecting with other weight loss surgery patients through social media, and a little bit about, I guess, the types of social media, and a little social media etiquette. She talked about hashtags, and that sort of started the whole hashtag inside joke. So, yeah. I still haven't stopped using hashtags, to be honest. We were originally just doing it to irritate Nicole, but we're still doing it. But Nicole was awesome. I had a chance to hang out with her a little bit, and I've sort of kept in touch with her after the conference. I think she's great. So props to Nicole. I loved her session. There was also a session with, I think it's Richard Kolaski. I'm probably not saying his last name right, but he was also a vendor. He does coaching. He did a session on going from obesity to becoming an athlete, endurance athlete. He actually runs triathlon. I have to tell you that if I saw him on the street, I would never imagine that he'd had weight loss surgery. He completely has like a triathlete body. He looks amazing. Yeah, I would have never known he was overweight. He lost his weight with lap band, and then had to have his lap band removed because he had issues, and had it revised to a sleeve. But he had actually already lost all of his weight, so the sleeve is like sort of his maintenance tool, which I think is really interesting. Also interesting, he eats 14,000 calories a day. Or he takes in 14,000 calories a day, which was amazing. Obviously, as an endurance athlete, he's burning those calories, but I was like, how do you do that with a sleeve? And the answer is protein supplements. But I just thought that was really interesting. So I really wish I could have gone to Richard's presentation, because it was really great to talk to him and just sort of hear a bit more about his story. So he's worth looking up, just to if you really want an inspiring story about becoming an athlete, he's got a good one. The second workshop I went to was with Diana Vogel, who is a weight loss surgery patient and also a therapist. It was about navigating relationships after weight loss surgery. Really good takeaways from that presentation. Just talking about sort of learning to know yourself, understanding that you may have people in your life that you have a relationship with who are trying to sabotage you. And the really big one was something that I think a lot of people worry about, which is this idea that people who have had weight loss surgery have a higher instance of divorce, breakup, all that sort of thing. And basically what she said is that's not true. It might be higher than the average, but it's not higher than people who've had any other sort of big life change. And she was saying that after a major life change, your incidence of divorce goes up to about 80%. And so that's not about weight loss surgery. That could be anything. That could be about moving cross country. It could be losing a child. It could be switching jobs. Anything that's stressful to you can cause friction and issues. And so that was, I don't know that it was comforting, but it made a lot of sense to me. And I'm going to actually make a video at some point on weight loss surgery and relationships and all that stuff, but not today. Upcoming at some point. But Diana was great. I didn't get to see her second session, unfortunately, but she also looks great. She was wearing this dress and these heels that I was so jealous of, which I know means nothing to you guys, but I was like, wow. Robin also did a hip-hop class at that same time, and Michelle Vicari, who you probably know as Eggface from the World According to Eggface blog, which is fantastic, did a session as well that was full, so I couldn't go, but it was about your aha moment, which is when you realized that you needed to make a life change, and I'm sure that was probably an amazing session as well. The third session, I went to Beth Sheldon Bedore's session. She's Melting Mama. You probably know her as Melting Mama. And she did a session on non-scale victories, which was great. It really involved a lot of people sharing their non-scale victories, which was fantastic. And there was a video with some of my friends that were actually in it that submitted non-scale victory photos. yeah, great session. Really enjoyed it. Love hearing other people's stories and love hearing people talking about not focusing on the scale as much. At the same time, there was also another session with Dan, Richard, and Rob Ann talking about fitness. And then afterwards, there was a post-op, what they called the post-op grad panel, which involved all of the speakers from the day taking questions and that sort of thing, which was a great way to wrap things up. And then Friday night was the costume party, which was tons of fun. Really, really enjoyed that. And then Saturday morning, there was an opening keynote address by Dr. Sharma, who is Canadian. And Dr. Sharma was fantastic. A really engaging speaker. I love listening to him speak. I can't even begin to talk about all the stuff that he talked about, but he had some really great things that were kind of like light bulb moments. One of the things he talked about is that, the journey is never over. You are never cured of obesity. There's no cure for obesity. And even if you lose weight, you are always either in treatment for obesity or not in treatment. That's it. You're always, that issue is never going to be resolved. Even if you've lost weight, you're still fighting that battle with obesity, because the fact is your body wants to go back to that place that it was at. And that involves, set point and all those things that you've probably heard people talk about. One of the analogies he made was to a rubber band, and I thought this was a brilliant analogy. He basically talked about the fact that weight loss is like a rubber band, and where you start is like when that band is relaxed. And when you pull the band, it's like when you lose weight, you're pulling that band, you're working at it. But if you let go, you're just going to snap right back. Your body's going to snap right back to that place where you were at before. So you have to keep pulling. You have to keep pulling that band if you want to make it work. And that really is what it's like. I mean, the journey is never going to be over. You're always got to be pulling that band, pulling and fighting to stay where you are. And I think, and I know that. That's something that I know. This is a lifelong journey, blah, blah. We all talk about it, right? But that image really stuck with me, and the image of the fact that obesity is a medical problem, and just like any other medical condition you might have that you will struggle with for a lifetime, this is mine. Obesity is mine, and I need to keep working at it and understand that I am fighting against my body. And yeah, that was good. He also talked about obesity research and things like research into gut flora, as they call it, which is the bacteria in your stomach, and that there have been certain bacteria identified that people who are naturally thin have, that people who are naturally overweight do not have, and that they have done things like fecal transplants, which I know is gross, but yeah, and had success doing that. That's amazing. And I have been actually looking into like probiotics and that sort of stuff, because I've heard good things about weight loss and maintenance, being assisted by probiotics. And so it's a good reason to start. He also talked about the whole eat less, move more philosophy of weight loss, and that doesn't necessarily work. Anyway, I can't talk about all the great things he talked about, but I thought he was amazing. I'm going to put a link to his Facebook page, and he also has a blog and a website. Definitely check him out. He posts really, really interesting stuff about obesity, weight loss, and all of that. So loved Dr. Sharma. The first session after that, there were 3 sessions. There was a session on regain with Dr. Milton Owens, a session on reconstructive plastic surgery with Dr. Quiroz from Cosmed in Mexico, and then a session with Chris Waffle. I didn't go to Dr. Owens' session because I wanted to go to Chris's session, so I missed Dr. Owens' session, and I didn't go to Dr. Quiroz's session either. I did go to Chris's session, which was called Where's the Funny Fat Guy, and it was really endearing and engaging. Chris was talking about his sort of identity battle, because he was known as the funny fat guy when he wasn't fat anymore. People kind of didn't know where to put him, and I think it's something, and I don't want to speak out of turn, and hopefully it doesn't come off that way. I think it's something that he's still struggling with, and being in that place where I'm struggling with it, I found it really helpful. After that was lunch, and then there was another session with Dr. Sharma, a session with Dr. Katzen, the plastic surgeon, and a session with Walter Lindstrom on getting approvals for bariatric revisions or reconstructive surgery. Didn't get to see Dr. Sharma's session because I was talking to Nina. And then the sessions in the afternoon I missed too because we were making our videos. So I didn't get to go to as many sessions as I wanted to, but they were fantastic. I highly, highly recommend that you check out the Obesity Help Conference next year if you can. I'm hoping that I will be there. And yeah, enjoyed sharing with you guys. Love you. Bye.